What do you love the most about the center?
I think what I love most about the center is the amount of services it offers. It doesn't matter if I come for a question on Blackboard, how to hide messages and have my students be able to just have their Blackboard message go straight to Atlas, or if in fact it's a huge question on revamping my course. The people here at the center, Hunter and Claire, have solutions, and they have helped me, like I said, with the minutia details of Blackboard, with projects for my course, professional development in some of my digital professor classes, preparing for professional conferences. So I would say the amount of services they offer.
Describe your teaching background prior to Valencia College.
Wow. I was a teaching assistant in graduate school where I led discussion groups and review sessions at Florida State. And then after that, I actually taught for almost 18 years in the public school system. I taught at Colonial High School and Olympia High School. So I definitely came to Valencia with a background in teaching.
What best practices have you implemented as a result of working closely with faculty development?
Well, what first drew me to the center in terms of like long-term development was the first time I was assigned an online class. I really didn't know where to begin. I came just for kind of minutia details, and instead Claire's like, pull up your face-to-face class and let's figure out how to translate that to an online format. And it was amazing because I found all of these tools, technology tools that allowed me to really create this classroom culture, as well as assignments to build into projects that allowed for a scaffolding approach, because I knew in an online environment where I wasn't able to give the students face-to-face feedback, that would be more of a challenge. And I would say that process in being able to feel strong about my online course now is probably one of the most useful aspects. And then, right, just with individual lessons, and I would say there has been great increased student learning.
How has it deepened student learning in reference to like the tools, just your engagement with faculty development?
Right. Well, again, just to focus on my online class. The course I'm talking is REL 2300, World Religions, and in a face-to-face format, we begin by kind of with a what do I know, what do I think I know, what do I want to know about the religions, and I can kind of get a sense of where they're at. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I can't do that online, and she showed me Padlet. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. And then helping to formulate discussion questions that really demonstrated familiarity with the materials, as well as questions that were kind of open-ended, that lent themselves to a robust conversation. And then also, like I say, with the group project, spacing that out throughout modules in terms of starting with a tweet. So whatever religion they're going to be doing, give me 140 characters to show that you are on the right track. I have actually now adapted this tweet assignment in almost all classes as a beginning introductory assignment. The Mark Twain quote, I would have written you a shorter letter if I had more time. So I see the value in students really having to distill what they have read in just such a short space that shows they're on the right track.
What other projects are you currently working on with faculty development?
Well, a colleague and I from the East Campus are working on a grant, and Claire has been very instrumental in helping us course map part of that project, sending us resources. Just this past week, she sent me a resource from, it was an Amazon book that she knew would relate to our project. So that is one. Last year, she helped me develop my lesson for when the Carver Middle School trip came to my Humanities, Greece, and Rome class. I was kind of, how can I come up with something to introduce Rome that will be effective for both, something that these middle school students can do as well as beneficial to my students. And the lesson that we created, not only did it engage the students and increase their understanding of Roman values and Roman civilization in terms of urbanization and urban planning, but when I used the same lesson in my later Greek and Roman class without the Carver students, I could see, got quite a bit out of it. So definitely Claire's background in all teaching levels is very, very helpful.
How has faculty development aided you in becoming a tenured track professor?
Well, I definitely think the role in helping me develop my online classes and obtaining my digital professor certificate was something that made me a more attractive candidate. Claire also was a willing audience for my teaching demo and helped ask really strong probing questions to help make that stronger. Speaking with Dr. Haggerty in terms of understanding even better Valencia culture has been something that I greatly benefited from.